Hey guys, Thoughts Fired here. Just want to say, sorry for taking so long, I guess, to get another video out there. I've been kind of busy, kind of worrying about some stuff that's not ultimately important. But anyways, I'm back for today, and I'm going to try to put a video out at least once every other week from now on. So every other Friday, you can pretty much count on seeing a video from me. Today, I want to talk about personal contentment. We're all sitting here and we got this void that we're trying to fill by doing things that we just don't really want to do. You think you want to do it, but it's really just there to fulfill this ego. And you're spending your time and energy doing something for someone else, and that someone else doesn't necessarily have the best intention for you. And that's really unfortunate, because you're here to create whatever it is that you can possibly think of. And honestly, if you really got deep down past all of the bullshit in your life, you would understand that you are pure love, and that your job is to come here to, first of all, in my opinion, you are born into this life to create. You get to create a little bit in this in this realm of the physical, and then you knock on it and it's real. You get to create in that realm, and realistically you create something, and then you should unconditionally love your creation. If you're not unconditionally loving your creation, it might be because it's not actually your creation, and it might be someone else manipulating you into creating their creation. And so if you don't look at your creation, this life and this experience that you've created for yourself, by treating this person that way, and realistically, the way that you create here is more emotionally and energetically than it is picking something up and moving it over there. So now it's creating social bonds and ways of living with your family and your friends and enjoying your life. So we're here to create, and that is creating the social situations around us, creating the experience that we're here to see. We get maybe 80 to 100 years if you're lucky, and that's the time you get here. And the next thing that we are on this earth to do, in my opinion, is to just experience. That's it. You create your experience, and then you experience it. Anything that happens to you is, in essence, largely your fault, and I'll tell you why. At least after being a child. When you're 10 years old, you don't really have much control over what happens to you, and unfortunately most people's parents think for themselves and consider what it is that they're putting their child through, and that's fucking unfortunate, but it is just the way that it is. And another thing is that what happens here on Earth doesn't particularly matter, in the sense that it is exactly the way that it should be. From the beginning of time, this is what was going to happen. It was never going to be something different from this. This is exactly the way it was meant to be, and that's what's interesting. This car that I'm sitting in, that I'm going to shoot probably all of my videos, if not most of them, in for now, it's natural. It's as natural as a rock on the ground by a hiking trail. The fact that we created it does not make it unnatural. We were naturally created, and we naturally create things. Therefore, whatever we create is just as natural as we are, is just as natural as the thing that created us, is just as natural as the thing that created that, so on and so forth. And it's beautiful. It could be nothing, but it's not. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's all of this. Things that these five senses can see and touch and feel, and it's amazing, and it's free. You're just born here. I don't remember working my ass off to be able to experience things. I don't remember working my ass off to pay for this body that I live in, because the idea is just to be happy. There's only one thing that matters in this world, and that is your happiness, and that is other people's happiness, because essentially you and your friend or your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad or your all the exact same thing in a different machine. This machine is not me. This is like the car that I drive. It has nothing to do with me. The thing that you are. People need to learn to separate their thoughts and their bodies and their social status and their past actions and what they own. They need to be able to separate that from who they are, because it's not who you are. It's not. Okay, you can go out and you can strive and make a ton of money. You can be filthy rich, living in a huge house with a nice car, and yeah, to a bunch of dumb people, that is gonna look like, man, that guy is super cool. That guy has got it made. He is a real man. But in all reality, you in your soul And we, in our souls, know that that is not the truth, that you are just like anyone else and you just went along your experience and made your experience your own, which is honorable, but in all reality, everyone's doing that. Not everyone not everyone knows that they're actually in charge of their experience. So you got to start looking at things through reality, man. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You got to be able to look at your own life situations as if they are from a third person view. You are a third person view to this puppet that is your body that interacts. And I mean, you can use this puppet to properly demonstrate your soul and what your purpose is here, or you can use it to properly demonstrate someone else's purpose, but you'll never properly demonstrate someone else's purpose. You know, I'm not entirely sure where else to go with this. I guess if you guys like the video, just go ahead and like and subscribe and stuff like that. Share it. Give me some ideas of what I could talk about. Maybe I'll structure the videos a little differently. This one's kind of a little bit haphazard, I know, but I don't plan on keeping them all that way. So ask me some questions or something, and I'll try to find a good way of answering them as thoroughly as I can. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. I know it's a long one. You have a great day.